Sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live for another edition of Talking Sports Sunday, where we're going to be recapping college football from yesterday and also some things we want to talk about the Sunday NFL action today that's going to be happening in the NFL. I'm glad to be here this morning. We also going to have some other people coming in with us. I see my man SEC Sean is coming in real quick. How you feeling this morning, SEC Sean?
Good. I mean, crazy week, crazy day yesterday. There's lots of weird outcomes yesterday.
Yeah, I think we have been talking on this stream and in this community that we have right here, Talking Sports, that we knew some upsets were going to be coming around. We knew teams were going to be facing some tough challenges on the road. We were wondering who was going to get knocked off and muddy the waters. We got to see a lot of that yesterday. I think our man FanDuel Zaire predicted that it would probably be 6 or 7 upsets yesterday, and he got pretty close to that with Georgia Tech going down, Miami going down, and a couple of others that really muddied those waters in terms of the college football playoff committee's first ranking coming out on Tuesday. We also got our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 in the chat. And welcome in, Mossberg. We appreciate you. We got SEC Sean in the building. What did you think about Georgia Tech going down to NC State? Did you think that was a game where Georgia Tech would have some issues? They gave up, 48 points in that game? Or 40-something points in the game?
Real quick with Moss sitting over there. I'm surprised he ain't jumping on today. I figured he'd be all about that Florida State game. I figured we wouldn't be able to shut him up about Florida State.
Yeah, for sure.
What's up, Zay?
What up with it?
Oh, man, I was shocked at the score of that game. But, Georgia Tech was a good story, but I think teams are realizing now if you can control, which they didn't really control Haynes King, but he's really all they got. But I was shocked at the score of that game, the 48-36, or I think was the final.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to go that high. But NC State, and they did that without their best running back.
Yeah.
It was an upset. The biggest, it wasn't really an upset, but the biggest shock to me was the way Utah just manhandled Cincinnati.
Yeah, they manhandled Cincinnati.
That was the biggest kind of wow. To me, not that Utah won again, but just the way they won that game just kind of made me take a step back.
Yeah. Let's bring our man FanDuel Zaya in, who predicted that NC State was going to beat Georgia Tech yesterday, and he also said there was going to be about 6 or 7 upsets yesterday, and he was spot on with what he was saying. How you feeling this morning, FanDuel Zaya?
Man, I'm good. Y'all know we back with another banger.
Back with another banger. What did you think about that NC State game that you called yesterday? And how you feel about some of the other upsets that you predicted as well?
Man, I'm saying, one thing Haynes King can't do is help that defense, That defense looked atrocious yesterday. It was some good football yesterday, man. Hey, I tell you what, though, one thing I did learn yesterday, I don't want my team playing with SEC refs. I do not want my team playing with them refs at all. I'm scared of them, bruh. I think they driving Corvettes to the stadium.
You spot on about that. Let's bring our man Parlay Poe in real quick before we go into anything else. How you feeling this morning, Parlay Poe?
Man, I'm good. I can't complain. Ain't nobody gonna listen to me. How y'all doing, man?
Solid. What up with you, Poe?
Same old.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that NC State upset over Georgia Tech and Georgia Tech's defense giving up 48 points?
Just like Zay said, Haynes King can't help that D. You know what I mean? They was running all over them, man. Like, so do that knock them out though?
No, they're still the front runner up there. I think only one undefeated in that conference is Virginia. So I think they're right below Virginia. We could probably pull that up real quick and take a look at it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
You know how this committee go about the bad showing. You know what I mean? Like last couple of years, the
Yeah.
first round games been trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got 5-1 Georgia Tech, 5-1 Pittsburgh, 4-1 Louisville, 4-1 SMU, and 4-1 Duke.
Oh man, I can't get to it. Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah,
to find.
y'all ain't hear me? I just said it. I just read it off for y'all. Y'all ain't hear me?
Oh, go ahead. What you say?
You got man, I got off of it. You got 5-1 Georgia Tech. Of course, you got 5-0 Virginia. Where it go? You got 4-1 Duke. You got 4-1 SMU. You got 4-1 Louisville, and you got 5-1 Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay.
No, this ain't it. This is the wrong one. Let me take that off of there.
Hold up. Oh yeah, that is the wrong one.
It's the Big 10, Big 12. I mean, how I take it off of there, Zay?
You the same way you put it up, or you could just remove it off the stage. Just hover your mouse over it. Hold up. I'll go in here. Remove it off the stage at the bottom under the screen.
Oh, okay. I see it. All right, let me see if I can pull up the right one there. Let me see. We talking big? We talking ACC? Is that right? All right, there we go.
Yeah.
So we got Virginia, Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, wow, Louisville, then SMU and Duke, all that got one loss or less in conference. But SMU got 3 losses, so I don't see them making it to the college football playoffs. Of course, Duke has 3 losses as well, but you got a 7-1 Louisville, a 7-2 Pittsburgh, an 8-1 Georgia Tech, and an 8-1 Virginia. And I think yesterday we talked about this conference possibly messing it up for their conference to where they only get one team in, and you can mess around and get 4 of each teams in the SEC and the Big Ten in, and then maybe one of them might even get 5 because this conference might mess up some stuff. What's your thoughts on this conference and the way it looks? Can they get 2 teams in? Can the 2 conference teams that make it to the conference championship game, can they get in?
No matter what the SEC and Big Ten do. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen Clemson to them. Man, that Clemson number is ugly.
That is ugly. They got 5 losses. That is nuts.
Man.
See, I think I'm a firm believer that all these teams is gonna lose again. Like, I don't think none of these teams is going. Maybe one. I think it's gonna be between Virginia and Georgia Tech. Which one going to that conference championship without losing another game? But I think everybody else gonna lose again. So I still think it's a chance they only get one team in. You know, just by the way it's gonna shake out.
So even if Virginia finish like this and they lose in the conference championship, they not getting in either, right?
Nah, they not getting in.
Yeah, I think Miami's loss made this a 1-bid league.
it's gonna be really interesting, man, because you're gonna have several of those teams might only have 2 losses, and will they favor a 2-loss ACC team over a 3-loss SEC team or 3-loss Big Ten team? And I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not when you look at who they've played compared to the Big Ten and the SEC. When you compare strength of record, strength of schedule, it won't be comparison. I mean, a 9-3, say a 9-3 Tennessee team, just using them for an example, whose losses are to Ole Miss, Alabama, and now Oklahoma. Those are better than anything that the ACC could put out there.
See, I don't think we're going to get. I think it's going to be the 4-3-2-1 format still, and I think Notre Dame is going to get in, and then in the group of 6. But I think with the ACC was going on, I think they was just teetering with the Big 12. Now I think the Big 12 is going to be the conference is going to get that second team in,
Right.
and then between the SEC and the Big 10, it's going to be 3 and 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's look at that. Let's look at that Big 12 conference and see if we can make heads or tails out of it to see who might be able to squeak up in there. Because everybody in that conference, except for Texas Tech and BYU, have 2 losses. Do we see a 2-loss Big 12 team getting in over a 3-loss Big 10 or SEC team? I don't think we do, right?
Unless it's Tech.
Yeah, I think we do see a 2-loss Big 12 team get in over a 3-loss SEC or Big 10 team.
Yeah,
I think
especially
if that
because-
2-loss is Texas Tech, I think so.
Yeah, right. That's what I said. Unless it's Tech.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say, because I'd have put possibility of all Texas teams in too. I think they're like that more so than that ACC. Yeah.
So pretty much Cincinnati, Houston, Utah have already nullified themselves with 2 losses already.
I mean,
Yeah, I would think so.
Nah, they still got a chance to get in.
if Utah, I
The
think
2
Utah.
loss. Hold on, you saying the 2-loss in this conference?
I think a 2-loss team in this conference gets in over a 3-loss team in the Big 10 or the SEC.
I think the 2-loss got to be Texas Tech, though. I don't think it could be nobody else.
Well, it just depends on what's on the schedule because Utah got smacked by Texas Tech. Houston, they just lost a game they wasn't supposed to lose.
Right.
But it could be either 3 of them top 10. But this the thing, I think Texas Tech gonna win out anyway. You know, BYU, I think they're gonna beat BYU, and I think they're gonna beat BYU again in the conference championship, and that's gonna be their second loss. And I think they're gonna get in.
So in that scenario, you're saying you think that BYU and Texas Tech probably is a lock to make it right now.
Yeah, I see them. I see them both like BYU gonna win every game other than Texas Tech, and I don't think Texas Tech gonna lose again.
Okay, so back to my point. Cincinnati, Houston, Utah is out if they don't make it to their conference championship.
Absolutely, you got to make it to the conference championship in the Big 12.
Okay. I think that's what me and Parlay Poe probably got a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever, if one of them teams can sneak in though, they got a chance to make the playoffs for sure. But they probably have to win that game though.
You have to win that game, yeah.
You think that Utah team, Zay? I know you like the Utah team as well in that Big 12 or how they play. You think they could win out and possibly shock the Big 12 with a Big 12 championship and playoff berth?
I mean, I had to look at their schedule for real. I think that's the 3rd best team though. I mean, I wouldn't put it past on the win out. They already played both Tech and BYU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I don't think nobody else should be able to beat them.
Utah goes to Baylor, at home with K-State, and at Kansas.
Yeah, I think they should win all three of them games.
You say they go at Baylor?
Yeah.
They might be on upset alert with that Kansas team.
Yeah, I think even upset alert next week at Baylor.
The problem is even if they win out, if Tech beats BYU, and then both of them win out, Utah still loses out. And even if it comes down to a tiebreaker, they're going to lose head-to-head to both BYU and Texas Tech.
Yeah, right.
Let me ask y'all this. Is BYU going to be the only team that you think will be in the top 15 of the college football playoff committee's ranking on Tuesday in the top 15? Or do you think Texas Tech will be in the top 15 as well?
Oh, Texas Tech will too.
I think Texas Tech gets some love.
I
I don't know about that one.
I'm about to say I don't know. Go ahead, Paul.
Nah, go ahead. I said I don't know about that one. I don't think they're gonna put two of these teams up there. They're gonna put BYU up there for sure.
What's Tech's ranking? Yeah, what's Tech's ranking right now? What they ranked in the top 25?
13.
Well,
Yeah,
then they'd be
they
right
get
there.
in. I think they get in maybe 12 by the hair of their chinny chin chin.
You got to remember too, they're going to move up because Miami was 10 and lost. Vanderbilt was 9 and lost.
Yeah. They definitely moving up though.
And number 8 lost. So
You don't know how they're going to shuffle them teams that haven't played. I think where you got a bye week too. I think even though you don't play, it's crazy how they could shuffle you with a win with another team's win. So that's the crazy thing about the buys this late.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the committee going to do themselves a solid and possibly leave Texas Tech outside of the top 15 so they can have some wiggle room, man, and not be pigeonholed into making sure that they're in, especially if they want to get more SEC and more Big Ten teams in there who they think will. Well, Texas Tech is a really good football team, so maybe they won't do that because that's a really good football team that should probably make the 12-team playoff. So I'm gonna scratch that comment I was about to make or that question I was about to add. Let's look back at the ACC and see if we can nullify some teams there too, which I think we already did a little bit.
Hey, you know too, Rob.
Yeah.
I think they gonna go in already having their own breakdown in their head of how many teams per conference they wanna let in. I think the interchangeable part gonna be the Big Ten and SEC. You still got some weeks to play out. So I don't know. I think they already said with ACC and Big 12, they're like, all right, they getting this amount of teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with you on that. But I mean, are we certain about the ACC that SMU, Duke, 3 losses, they're out. We got Miami with 2 losses. Is Miami out if they don't make their conference championship game?
Yeah, Miami out.
yeah, Miami out.
Miami they rotisserie chicken. It's over for them.
Yeah, if they don't make the conference championship, because I was up late and then early this morning looking at the ACC. I was thinking Pittsburgh is a dark horse. Pittsburgh is scary. And that running back they got in Reed and the way their defense been playing with that young quarterback on offense, they have some weapons. And if Pittsburgh could get through this back end of their schedule and face off in the ACC championship against Louisville, Georgia Tech, Virginia. Those are the 4 teams I think, depending on how the matchups go, Pittsburgh, Virginia, if they win out and play each other in the championship game, I think you're going to have a discussion of them two possibly staying in the playoff picture and having the 2 ACC teams. That's the only way. Outside of that, I just think it'll be one team.
What's Louisville's rest of Louisville's schedule?
You know what? I lied. You know, one thing Miami got for them is that they got the head-to-head with Notre Dame. They could kick Notre Dame out the playoffs if they could win out.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
SEC.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Didn't even take that into consideration that they've got the head-to-head with Notre Dame.
But see, this
But
would hurt them. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, wait, I was about to say because with the Notre Dame game, this the thing. I was thinking about what FanDuel Zay said yesterday. Crystal ball being crystal ball, crystal ball, crystal balling. I think that's really a thing, man. And if you look at that the last few years, he really haven't elevated when everybody think Miami is going to take off. Nothing against what they have going, but it's just what we see happening. And when I say Pittsburgh got Miami down the stretch. And I think this Pittsburgh team, along with Virginia beat that Cal team at Cal. So that was the game where I was like, moving forward, and then seeing Louisville win. So I really scratched Miami off after they just took this loss yesterday. I really scratched them off. Notre Dame win, Notre Dame, it don't matter. I just scratched them off.
Louisville got a nice little schedule left.
What they got left?
They got California, and they got Clemson at home. They go to SMU, and then they got Kentucky at home.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're gonna lose one of them games.
Yeah, I said Clemson at SMU game. That's going to be the hardest.
I think only
that Cal game gonna be hard too. My bad, Moss.
No, you good. Because I'm glad we're looking at that. Because remember when I had spoke about Virginia having an at Cal, then I think they only have at Duke left, and Georgia Tech, they still on great waters. It could possibly be Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh in an ACC championship, Pittsburgh, Virginia. I was really thinking Pittsburgh, Virginia, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech. Those three teams, I think, because Louisville's with SMU having, of course, the one conference loss, I just think overall, I just don't think down the stretch they strong enough to get to that ACC championship.
Georgia Tech got Pittsburgh coming in like 2 weeks, but that Georgia and Georgia Tech game is not a ACC game though. The last game of the year, that's not an ACC game. So
and that's the man.
So if Georgia Tech loses to Georgia but still makes it to the ACC championship game and loses there, then that means they probably only gonna get one team in.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Whoever win that game,
I feel like Pittsburgh. We can say Pittsburgh is dead in the water.
Yeah, I agree.
They can play spoiler though. They can play spoiler.
Yeah, they can play spoiler. I think Louisville is the only other team out of those in the ACC that got a chance to make it if they can win out and make it to that championship game. If they drop another game, like to any of those teams, they got 3 games that they could definitely lose.
Yeah.
If they drop any of those,
they barbecue chicken.
Probably eliminate themselves. But how you feel about Virginia making the freaking college football playoff?
Hey, if that happened, they just gonna get popped, and the ACC gonna look even worse.
Listen, Zay. Remember when I was saying something about this Virginia team? I said how the history and all that. They won this day first time winning 7 straight, I think, since 2007. Virginia, they something, man. And when they win, like I after watching that game, knowing the history, and when they beat us, I just said there's going to be something about them. They normally can't finish off the season if you go back and look at it. But now they're in position to where the ball is, they at the 50-yard line. It's on go. It's on go time for them. So
Duke going to pop them on the 15th.
Duke, and that's that at Duke, right? That's the other game that that's all eyes on that game right there.
Yeah, they're playing some really good football right now. Let me ask you this last question about the ACC, and then we'll move on. Will the committee, or do you think the committee will rank Miami over Notre Dame on Tuesday?
Nah, because sometimes, like it's about when you lose. You know what I mean? my Notre Dame lost at the beginning of the year. So I feel like they get them more credit for winning their winning streak than Miami dropping 2 of their last 4. So you know what I'm saying?
It's on Zay's note. It's what have you done for me lately? And Notre Dame's just won. They just keep winning. Yeah, they dropped 2 games. Yeah, you're right. First 2 games of the year, Miami, who was a top 5 team, and A&M, who is now a top 3 team. I think Notre Dame, it will be ranked ahead of Miami. And then people will throw a fit saying, well, we beat them head to head. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Notre Dame showing up, man. When you showing up and you winning games, that's what matter. And in life, when you show up, you know, it's things that happen with that. So I think Notre Dame definitely goes above Miami right now. Man, I hate to see the Miami had lost that one, man. It's crazy, but Notre Dame goes above them. Won't be surprised if anybody else do.
Which conference standings would y'all like to look at next, the Big Ten or the SEC?
Can we get the SEC? Because I got to bounce here in a few minutes. I got to go over to this place called Smash Park.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go and pull up the
If y'all don't mind.
Hey, you know, that was a good question too, though, Ron, because they might have to do that because they might have to say they tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see them. That's what you was thinking?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Hey, Rob, who's that team at the top of the list up there? I can't see it real well.
It starts with a T. I can't read the rest of it though.
Top of the AC, the SEC.
This thing is looking really interesting, man, especially with Oklahoma winning that game yesterday against Tennessee. I think it's safe to say that everybody from Tennessee down, maybe Missouri might be able to make a move. I don't think so, though. I don't think they're going to have the credibility of the teams that's above them. But everybody below Tennessee and below, we can probably say that they have no chance, even if they only got 3 losses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 of them 7 right there is getting in, though.
Missouri's going to be eliminated this weekend.
Y'all got Missouri?
Yeah, we got Missouri this weekend. They're done.
Y'all at Missouri, right?
Don't matter. They're done.
Okay.
Lock of the week right there.
That's your pick lock this week?
Yep.
Ooh. What's the spread right now? What's the spread?
I don't know. I'd have to go look real quick. Right now, I'm trying to figure out when the game is because it was supposed to be 2:30. Then it went to 7:30. Now it's back to 2:30. Well, 3:30 Eastern time. So it's a flex game for the SEC. So I don't know what time slot we're going to end up in. But doesn't matter. We'll beat them whenever we play them. Vanderbilt could make it in. Tennessee plays Vanderbilt last game of the year. That could be it's a rivalry thing. Who knows? And that's at Tennessee, so don't know there. Oklahoma's still alive, but their playoff hopes end this weekend as well. I'm sorry, maybe next week. And I think they're on a bye this week, but they go to Tuscaloosa next. They got Alabama next. So they're done. Texas has got a bye week, I think, this week. Am I right, Rob?
Yep, that's right.
Then they go to Georgia, so Texas is done. So your top 4 will be your teams in the playoff from the SEC.
Ooh. I got a good question just looking at this SEC ranking because I've been thinking about this. Is there any out of the top 7 that we looking at, Vanderbilt being the last, any team with a 3rd loss better than any other team with a possibility of getting in the playoff in any other conference? That's the question. I think we just kind of went to that way before when we had.
Are you talking team with a 3rd loss already, or teams that could have 3 losses?
Yeah, like Oklahoma, Vanderbilt. We know Texas. They really can't have a 3rd loss. They have to win out. But is there a 3rd loss team, including Texas? That could possibly make the playoff and be better competition against other schools.
the 3-loss team that could make the playoffs would be Texas.
Yeah.
If Texas loses to Georgia and then wins the next game and then beats A&M, because of the conference record, Texas would be in the SEC championship game at that point. And I don't care who's in the SEC championship game. Both of those teams are probably getting in. So,
I mean, Mars, I get what you asking. I mean, it was the same way last year. We felt a lot of us, well, myself, I thought South Carolina would have been in better competition than some of the 2-loss teams last year.
yeah.
So I'm sure we will see it, but we don't know who's going to have 3 losses.
This SEC, it's wild in this SEC, man. And then like you asked about, like we mentioned about Mateer, I think a lot of people see why I feel the way I do about him yesterday, man. Like, he's a gamer, man. Like, Oklahoma don't have no chance of winning without having Mateer the Deer on that field with him. That's just me. And he rocked my number 10, so it's always a mutual love when that 10 is on the jersey.
Hey, man, the SEC is crazy. It's out of control. Did y'all see the refs in the Vandy Texas game yesterday?
Yeah, that was horrible, bro.
Man, come on, man. They tried to keep Vandy in the game.
Yeah, that was horrible, bro.
Heavy.
Yeah, they was real bad in that game.
You should have seen that Arkansas Mississippi State referee crew.
SEC will coach the Big Ten championship. Trust me.
Those refs in that Arkansas Mississippi State game, I swear to you, they are putting some icy hot on their elbows. Arkansas had 18 penalties for 193 yards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
It was insane. I was like, oh my God. But here's Oklahoma's remaining schedule if you're curious. They go to Bama on the 15th, then they host Missouri, then they host LSU.
Who does Bama have on a schedule?
Bama,
I think they got Tennessee.
Nah, they've already done that.
They got
Bama.
Oklahoma.
Bama has LSU this week at home at Bama. They host Oklahoma the next week. Then they got the cupcake game, Eastern Illinois. And then, of course, Auburn.
Yeah, Oklahoma looked like they came back to life yesterday. You know, they look like pre-Mateer injury Oklahoma.
There we go.
Texas has at Georgia, home for Arkansas, home for A&M. And A&M has at Missouri, home for South Carolina, Samford at home, and then on the road at Texas. A&M going 12-0.
Hey, I'm not gonna say nothing. What's up with all these little late bloomers with this SEC on the schedule, man? I'm feeling like Zay.
Well, they just didn't front end them. That's all.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart.
Nah,
Instead of playing all 3 of them at the beginning of the year, or 4 of them, they split them, and they put one before rivalry week.
Yeah, that's good, man.
I mean, that'll change next year.
Go ahead.
That'll change next year when they go to the 9-game schedule.
Yeah. Ole Miss's schedule, man, is they got the Citadel on the 8th.
That's who's.
I think they got a bye. They got Citadel next week. Then they got Florida. Then they get a bye, and then they go to Mississippi State. But they got Florida at home. I don't see them losing another game. But Florida might be able to give them a game, even though it's in Ole Miss. Florida might be able to do something. That defense is pretty nice. They might be able to slow Ole Miss down. I'll be honest with you. I really need Ole Miss to lose at least 2 of these games. I don't see it, but they need to lose at least 2 more of those games. Then I can really feel comfortable if Texas only loses 1 more. Texas getting in. But the goal is to win out for Texas. But if they lose 1 more, they're going to need Ole Miss to lose 2, which I don't think is going to happen.
A good question that you mentioned, Florida. Watching that game yesterday, I don't know if towards the end of the game, it seemed like nothing against Lagway, but it seemed like he was just in pure defeat. Like,
Now
it's
Lagway
like,
played good.
yeah, he played great. Like, I like the way he played. Played great. It was just like he was like, what else can I do? You know, it was just like he was just like, man, I gotta, do what I gotta do, like week in, week out. It's crazy how talented that Florida team is, man, and they can't
What I,
put them wins together.
what I seen in that game, I seen the team that don't know how to win. That's exactly what I seen.
Man, it's hard to win when they cheat against you.
Yeah, but it's hard to win, man. They play good, man. Florida play good.
Yeah,
And
I
that
thought
was a
they played
catch.
well too.
I
Was
hope
that an
Yeah, man.
interception?
that
Was it an
that was-
interception or was it a catch? Which one
It was
was
a
it?
catch.
I
It was
think
a
it was a
catch.
catch.
Man, that was a catch, man. He threw that bomb. That was a perfect. I mean, it wasn't a perfect ball, but bruh's arms was under that ball, man. They need to be investigated, bruh.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even lie. I mean, and that was my upset pick, Florida over Georgia. But
They go.
yeah, that was a catch.
Hey,
What did they
the four
rule?
game
How
play
did
like
they
this
rule it on
on
the field?
Incomplete.
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 But the rivalry games is different, bro. I told you, man. That's totally different team you seen Florida, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, Texas offense looked better. Still something about that defense, though, that just don't seem like it used to be like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, when Jelani McDonald went out of that game, man, they was playing them young dudes in the secondary. Them dudes didn't know what they was doing. They had absolutely no clue what they were doing. And then Pete Kwiatkowski going to that old bullshit ass prevent defense. I hate when teams go do what you did to get the lead. Don't start doing that prevent stuff way too early, man.
Yeah, that
And then
prevent
Thompson
is
started
crazy.
picking us
Man.
apart.
Yeah, I hate that prevent, man.
He had a freaking 4th and 19 from his 1 yard line, bro, and got a freaking first down doing that prevent, boy. I'm like, dude, how you do that? Umbrella coverage, put some pressure on him, make him get it out early, then tackle the dude and get the ball. It made no sense to me, man. It was horrible. But that's all that prevent Pete Kwiatkowski, bend don't break. That I know Steve Sarkisian probably gave him an earful after the game, along with those players on the back end. Like, if you're gonna get out there, you gotta make plays. And they didn't do a good job when they gave up 21 straight points in that fourth quarter. That made no sense. And then almost gave it away on the daggone onside kick.
Yep. But
Yeah.
I mean, as we've all said, a win's a win. I'll take an ugly win over any loss any day of the week.
Big facts. Big facts.
Let's welcome our man Post Game in to the stream. How you feeling this morning, Post Game?
Feeling good, man. Great day of college football yesterday. How y'all doing?
What's
Pretty
going
good,
on,
pretty
Post?
good.
We good. Post, we good.
All right, I
We're
got to
gonna take
bounce. Just want a quick update,
Okay,
real
good.
quick, everybody. 2:00 Peacock championship race today.
All right, hey Sean, we're gonna pre-record today. Send me your list.
Hit me up later this evening. I'm going to go do all this, and then I'll shoot you my list. I'll text you my list here in a little bit, and then
right.
let me know what time you want to hit it up, and we'll go.
All right.
But yeah, 2:00 today. We got this will be the final race of one of the staples. He's going to retire after this race, Kyle Busch. You ain't got to watch it live, but man, you can go back and watch it at the end of the year or watch the replay on Peacock. Highly entertained. Get some ideas, get some questions for when we start my NASCAR chat. Y'all got some things to ask.
Cool. We can definitely
I'll go
do
back
that.
and listen to the end of what y'all got to talk about here in a little while. Y'all have a good one. Be safe.
All right, you
Yes,
too.
sir.
Thank you,
Same to you as well.
All right, Sean.
All right. Let's take a look at the Big Ten. Let me pull that up real quick. $10.77. All right. So here go our Big Ten conference. It looks very similar to the SEC. Is it safe to say that anybody below USC probably doesn't have a chance to make it? Or do you think Minnesota, with 3 losses, if they could win out, could possibly be in consideration to make the 12-team playoff at the end of the season once everything plays out?
No, it's Washington that you gotta. You know what I mean? They 2 losses.
They got 6-2.
Yeah, they now.
Because they strength of schedule on who they play.
Yeah, they got this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only team with 2 conference losses though in the Big Ten that's gonna be able to get in. I don't think no 3-loss teams is getting in.
Yeah, that's the only team I would say.
Well, let's take a look at it, because if we look at the picture, if the ACC only gets 1, the Big 12 only gets 1. You got the group of 6 getting 1. Then you throw in Notre Dame, that's 4. There's 8 slots left for the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah, I see that. That's why I said I think the breakdown is 4-3-2-1, and then Notre Dame.
Telling you, man. I think
one of them gonna get 4, the other one gonna get 3, and then it's gonna be a 2 or 1, and then
Yep, and then the group of 6.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's how it was last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
the way they like this SEC, man. I don't know why. I think they might get 5. It's weird to say. It's wild, but
I think the only way the SEC gets 5 is if Texas goes on a crazy run to end the season and wins out. Other than that, I don't think the SEC gets 5.
Yeah, I don't think they get 5 either.
That's what I'm saying. If they get 5, what you saying the Big Ten only gonna get 2?
Nah, I feel like they saying. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think they saying ACC and the Big 12 is gonna get 1.
Okay.
You know, I feel like that's the theory behind it. In actuality, if it was a conference to get 5 teams in.
yeah, that's just my that would be my whole thought in this. Because I don't really if you really think about it, the ACC gonna be banging each other the last few weeks. And I just think the way the Big Ten and SEC, they still the 2 stout teams, and just the path that Texas, the natural reality is Texas have a shot at doing it. You know, we seen something historical last season, so why not see it to go into the playoff this season? Why not? You know, so that's something to think about. And I've been thinking about it since seeing that Texas got back to that 20 ranking and the possibility of them with a win at home against Vandy. And that now they've done that, who's to say they can't beat Texas A&M or anyone else on their schedule?
I'm just thinking the committee don't want no first round poor showing like last year. They don't want that again, man.
Right. Agree.
You know what I mean? They don't want no blowouts. You shouldn't be having no blowouts if you make this CFB. You shouldn't have no blowouts. It should be nice games.
Facts.
Well, they need to change the locations.
Yeah, but I'm saying you still. I think I think they warned for. You should have 1 home game, bro. Come on, man. That's for your fans. You deserve that.
Yeah, I like Clap's idea though. I think the teams that get the bye should be able to play on their campus.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like
I think them first round games, they should be neutral site.
And then if you make it far enough and you had that record, if you go the winner, you got to go to their home. Yeah, I believe that.
That bring that punch with being in a playoff, being in that high position. Yeah. You know, I think that's that reward of going through a season that you go through as well. You can't just go through a tough season and expect for your fans to travel all the way across the world, you know, or whatnot. They should be able to travel where they used to go and see you play at home. I think that's just a respect for your season as well.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all mentioned that because I thought Clatt was saying that this should be the way it is now. That first round is a home game, and then that next round should be a home game too. But y'all saying neutral site first round because those teams you barely getting in. You ain't no top notch. You ain't top four. But then the top four teams should get the home game. I like that. I like that idea. I didn't know that that's what he was saying. I thought he was saying the first two rounds should be home games for those teams. But I like that. I like the top four teams should get a home game. I definitely like that. Yeah. So looking at this Big Ten slate right here, we're almost assured that Indiana's going undefeated. Ohio State could go undefeated if they beat Michigan. We think Michigan probably be the only team because of their history and it's a rivalry that could possibly beat Ohio State. What's your thoughts on Iowa and Oregon? Is Oregon going to win out and possibly beat it? Or they got USC, so one of them going to probably be in some trouble there, right?
You said what?
Yeah,
That's
I think-
interesting.
that's the
Oregon and
interesting
USC going to play each other. The winner be in good shape and the loser be in bad shape, even though Oregon would only get their second loss if they win out the rest of the way.
I think the winner.
Who was more likely to get into the college football playoffs with a win between those two?
Well, any two-loss Big Ten team is getting in.
It looks like you got a scenario there where it could be maybe 3 two-loss teams with possibly 2 undefeated or a 1-loss team up there at the top. That's a lot of 2-loss teams.
No, because I think Oregon play Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So Oregon play Iowa. Somebody got to lose, and who else? Somebody got to lose. Well, Ohio State. Michigan can win out, beat us. That's on. What's that? That'll be 4 though. That still be 4 teams because Oregon run into Washington too.
Where is that Oregon Iowa game being played at?
In Iowa.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a trap game.
Iowa, and then the USC Oregon, is that in Eugene or is that in the Rose Bowl?
It's in Eugene, and then Oregon still play Washington too.
They got to make that travel this year. So
That ain't nowhere though.
right, I think Iowa, Oregon, USC. I like the USC team, man. I think the fact that USC has been, I don't know, it seems they've been a little battle tested in ways. That Michigan game, as much as people look at it as it seemed like it was just a blowout for USC. Look at where Michigan is at in the standings in this Big Ten. And then we got to think Big Ten really, they have 2 teams that's undefeated, sitting the top of the rankings. And the SEC still trying to figure things out. And the Big Ten is really a couple weeks, and you could kind of look at the map. So I might have to go back and look and say the Big Ten might get 3, possibly 4 teams in this playoff too. You never know. It's madness going on now looking at this, man. Iowa hold their own destiny. So do USC.
Indiana still got Penn State, Wisconsin, and Purdue left. You know what I mean? It seemed like they would win out. They supposed to anyway. But that Indiana Purdue game, it might be something to look out. But Purdue's passing defense, it ain't that good because Bryce played like a freshman yesterday, man. He missed so many dudes, man. I was so disappointed in this dude yesterday, man. He missed dudes in the end zone, missing passes for touchdown. He looked exactly like a freshman, man. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, he looked exactly like that. And then with all them dudes we missed on defense, them young dudes, we got young safety, but them our young linebackers was missing tackles and everything. It was going crazy out there, man. But we won though, so can't say nothing.
All you gotta do is win, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was about to say, y'all. I mean, Shout out to your Wolverines, man. A lot of people been talking what they talk, but 5-1 in the conference, 7-2. I think people had y'all not even at this point where y'all at with this type of record. So I actually think y'all in the mix just as much as anybody else in this Big Ten conference when it comes to playoff, as well as everything else, conference title, you name it. I just think y'all in that same position as well.
See, I think even if you got 5 2-loss teams or better in the Big Ten, I think the SEC gonna get the nod because they've been showing us in the rankings all year.
Yeah, they have. True story.
Yeah, that's true.
And
True story.
that's the crazy thing, man. Like I agree with you, Zay. We gotta. I think even if we in our group chat and we come up with a way to rank things outside of how they rank them, to see if our rankings even stack up as we going through our rankings throughout the season next year, just to do our own little thing, rank them how we rank them, and watch how their rankings are, and see if eventually they match up and mesh up at some point, and with just something different. But that's crazy.
It would be easy for us to do our own rankings. Everybody would just have to participate because at that point, all you have to do is give your top 25,
Yeah.
and everybody get a top 25, and then you average it out. You combine it and average it out, and then we will have our own rankings.
Yeah. Donnell wants to know if Michigan beats Ohio State, will Ohio State still play against Indiana for the Big Ten championship?
Yeah.
Yeah, they only gonna have
Absolutely.
that one loss, so yeah,
Yeah.
they absolutely be there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, what if,
I don't
what if
know.
Oregon wins out though? What if Oregon
It's
wins
gonna be a
out? They only got
tiebreaker
one loss.
thing. Yeah, I don't know. We got to look at the tiebreakers.
I don't know, man. That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna come down to a tiebreaker thing.
I
Does-
highly
does-
doubt Oregon wins out though.
Do y'all think the Big
Yeah.
Ten do they have the tiebreaker thing where if you were the last team to go to the Big Ten championship game, then the other team gets to go?
Yeah,
I believe
think they do.
I believe that is the first tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Ohio State will get the odd there.
So-
Get the odd there.
So if Michigan win out and they beat Ohio State, why would they not get in the Big Ten championship against Indiana if Indiana win out?
Michigan been in the Big Ten championship last.
Yeah.
They only lost to USC.
I'm saying last, like they was in the Big Ten championship 2 years ago.
2 years
Yeah.
ago.
Like,
Okay.
but I think 1 year. That's why Michigan played Iowa. Was somebody wasn't in there.
Yeah, we-
Iowa wasn't in there last.
We ain't been in there since 2019.
Yeah. It's crazy to even think of that or hear that. Like, that's what's crazy to me. That's how this Big Ten be, man. Another question real quick about the Big Ten. I'm going to ask you this one, Unc. Since you come at us with the great questions, WTP Sports Dudes, appreciate what you do for us. Do you think Indiana could stay atop of the Big Ten?
Indiana's not losing any games, bro. Are they the best team in the Big Ten? No, but they're not gonna lose any games. Once Ohio State had the same number of games as they have, Ohio State will be ranked higher than them as far as the spread is concerned. They just played 9 games. Ohio State only played 8. That's the only reason why they sit at the top.
Well,
Parlay
if
Pro?
you're looking at these rankings right now, it's really I think it's in alphabetical order. Like once you like, once like with each team, with each team's loss column. You know what I'm saying? I think it's in alphabetical order. I don't think it's got nothing to do with like tiebreaker scenarios or anything.
Yeah,
I don't think Indiana losing anymore. Coach Signetti, man, that dude act like somebody stole something from him, and he on this vengeance tour.
yeah, he playing with it.
I love Coach Sig, man. And my favorite coach in the country, bro.
Do you like him over your Buckeyes, Ryan Day?
Bro, I would rather drink a beer with Coach Sig than Ryan Day.
Yeah, shit. Hey, he nice, man. I like his style.
I don't drink beer, but I want to drink a beer with Maryland's coach.
Yeah, I rock with him too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Don't mess around. He gonna have, because that's the same coach that's been with that program for the last few years too, right?
Yeah.
And I like, because I think if I'm not mistaken, he just got an extension the year before last, and like just what he's been doing with that program over at Maryland, even though they got the BTA to him from, I mean, you're talking about a top team in Indiana. Everybody know that, even though I picked the upset, but just the way he's changing that program, and they looking forward to win games. That's what I do like about him and what he brings to that team as well.
Good morning. Good morning.
Papa Witt in the building. Good to see you in here, Papa Witt. Appreciate you always. Good to
What
see
up,
you as
Pop?
well, Kev.
Right. Let's turn our attentions to some the NFL action. What are y'all looking forward to today? We got a big game between them Steelers and Colts. Parlay Post Steelers and our man Post Games Colts. This is going to be a really, really big game, man, for both of them because they're really, really at the top of both of their divisions. What's your thoughts on this game, and is it one of the biggest games of the week?
Yes, it is. And I got my boy Aaron Rodgers starting on my fantasy league today, post game. And I play you in fantasy league too. We going to
Hey, that's crazy.
fantasy league too.
Hey, that's
I
crazy.
got Aaron Rodgers, my quarterback today.
Hey, that's crazy. Our teams play and our fantasy teams play.
Right, that's crazy. Yeah, we got to stop their rushing attack, man. And Daniel Jones is playing lights out, possibly the MVP right now. But our defense is trash, man. So we can't get that fixed, and we got our head coach is the defensive guy, and he don't see even the schemes or these dudes out of place, man. And I don't understand it. The highest paid defense in the league is getting ran through like this, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. It might be time for some fresh blood. I love Tomlin, but it might be time for him to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup, great game, must win for the Steelers, in my opinion. It's going to come down to if the Colts can make Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable in the pocket. They do have a decent pass rush with Latu and those guys, but the Colts get their best cornerback healthy today, so that's always a good thing. Will the Steelers be able to run the ball against the Colts? So interesting matchup, but I got the Colts. You say Daniel Jones is an MVP candidate, and I agree with you, Poe, but I think Jonathan Taylor, if we not being biased for quarterbacks when it comes to MVP, I think Taylor is the man.
You know, this is a quarterback league. This is a quarterback league. We love quarterbacks here. That's why I said somebody posted that that LT clip when he said Joe Montana is the GOAT. And that really had me thinking too, man. Like back then you can hit the quarterback. Now you can't even run past them fast. You run past
that's
them
a fact.
fast, you're getting a penalty.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fact. That's a big fact.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That what LT said about Joe Montana, even though I like Brady from UM, whatever. But I'm saying what he said about Joe Montana, it really had me thinking, man. I remember they slammed my boy Terry Bradshaw on his neck. They get the penalty. You know what I mean? Like
Turkey Jones.
Yeah, Turkey Jones. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, how the game has changed, who's really great? Because not only can't you hit the quarterback anymore, but you can't be rough with the receivers anymore.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. This thing, Daryl Stingley and Ronnie Lott and them, they couldn't survive in this league.
No, they couldn't. They couldn't.
Nah.
Yeah, like They be fined every week, bruh.
This game at Pittsburgh or Indianapolis, I forget.
The Bird.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Whew. I know we talking about Daniel Jones. I know I call him Dimebag Daniel. I know he MVP race, and I think this is the game where Pittsburgh get a surprising, shocking win. I think they turn the tide. And with what you said about Tomlin, I think he keeps questions down a little bit. I think we all got to be humbled, like y'all said about my nose, even though we got that big win yesterday, 42-7. You know I got to mention that one time. I just think for this game, I think it's a game where Pittsburgh's defense stand out. They at home, that crowd noise, I think is going to be effective today. You know, you got Aaron Rodgers on your fantasy. I think he got to come out and have a great game. Outside of that, nothing against the Colts. I think this is the game to where before that playoff push, this is the game that they go back, they sit back, you know, they look at some things. They playing a great defense that we know about. So outside of that, that's just my feeling. Being at Pittsburgh is going to be tough to get this win today, this Sunday. The weather might play a factor too, being a little cold outside that dome.
Yeah. I don't know. Who y'all think? Who y'all got between the 49ers and the Giants?
Is Mac Jones playing or Purdy back?
Mac
Jones.
See, Mac Jones, he first week he got out there, man, he looked good, but the last couple he really ain't looked too good. And I keep saying this, man. Well, Scatterboo out now, but Jackson Dart, he might be him, man. Wait till he get his receiver back. He might be him. So I'm going with the Giants.
Okay.
If you would, if the Giants had Scatterboo, their top wide receiver, they two best weapons is out.
Yeah.
I think the Niners, they got Kittle back. They do got Mac Jones. I'm not a fan, as Poe said, of Mac Jones, but I just think the 49ers find a way to get it done in a close game.
Yeah. Y'all don't got to pick this one. Chargers, Titans. Y'all ain't got to pick this one. I don't want to hear no clean sweep.
Man, where's it at?
It's in Tennessee.
I'm taking the spread, whatever it is.
Who you taking though?
The Chargers.
Chargers.
It's probably like 12 and a half or something.
Man,
12 and a half in the NFL game? That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, that's just where y'all at right now, you know.
Hey, man, listen, don't rub it in, brother.
Who y'all got at wide receiver one? That's the question for me. Is Ridley still wide receiver number one?
Hey, he got to be. We ain't got nobody else. It's 9.5, FanDuel.
Ooh, that's a lot. If Ridley catch 6 balls a day, your Titans win.
Man, you
But
crazy. Mark.
listen. If he catch 6 balls, that means he's been thrown 11 balls, which means he probably dropped 4 of them.
yeah, I don't think they could beat the Chargers though.
Yeah, I'm hoping he don't drop any, but yeah, I got the Chargers winning. But if he has no drops or has that many catches, y'all might be brewing something on the upset in a big way. You know, your Texas Longhorns got a big win. So, hey, why not your Titans one time for the one time?
Hey, that Charger offense was humming last week.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that, Zay. That Charger offense is like, when they clicking, bro, it's crazy. They got way too many weapons.
What about the Vikings and Lions?
My boy back today, but I don't like how he be looking though. They don't utilize Jefferson enough for me. So the Lions, like you said, man, Gibbs, man, he taking away some of Montgomery's carries, man. So they look different, man. They look different. Lions.
Detroit, Motown, beat down. I got Gibbs in my fantasy at the flex today.
I
What
still
you think
can't
about the
believe.
Falcons and Patriots?
Hold on, Poach, you got something to say?
No, I was going to say I still can't believe Rob traded Gibbs, but I don't see Minnesota beating the Lions.
Who traded
Hey,
Gibbs?
Post game, I gave him a good deal, man.
Oh, man.
You know, GM Commissioner Zay over there in the
Ain't no way
fantasy
I'm getting
league.
rid of Gibbs, man.
I had to break up that Detroit dynasty I had over here. I had too many Detroit dudes, man, and they was messing up my thing. I had to get somebody else in. So once Bucky Irvin get back, I'll be all right.
Hey, and I gave him Daniel Jones, Post.
Yeah, dang, I needed that, man, because I didn't have no quarterback.
Getting dime bag, Danny.
And I've been regretting it ever since because Jaden Daniels can't stay healthy.
Man.
Who
Hey, I played post game last week in fantasy, and Aaron Jones, I didn't know he was coming back from IR. I got stuck with a quarterback that they didn't play.
Man.
Falcons or Patriots?
Where at?
New
I
England.
said the Patriots.
I'm taking New England then.
Yeah, I'm taking New England too.
Taking New England. Travion Henderson, we talked about him. He should be getting some carries today with the injury in the backfield to Stevenson, I believe. So just keep a lookout for that. Henderson should be getting some touches. Might be on to something special towards his playoff run.
Yeah, I just don't. The Falcons are so, man. I don't know another team that looked great one week and looked just terrible the next. And it's that every single week. They either good or terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, Drake May, I don't know if y'all been paying attention. That kid got the goods.
He do.
He got the goods. And it's like all his receivers have big week. It's not just one guy he throwing the ball to. It's like this week, one guy may have a big game, and next week it's another, and he spreads the ball around, and he got wheels. Drake May has become an MVP candidate. I think New England gets the job done.
Is Penix still out?
No, Penix gonna play.
Penix don't play.
What about the Broncos and Texans?
That's an interesting matchup.
I got Broncos. You said Broncos and Texans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they about to make. Stroud be having them weeks too, like that post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he looked like an all-star. The next week he can't do nothing. So with that Broncos defense, what they did to Dak and them last week, I'm gonna have to go with Denver, man.
Yeah, same here. Denver, I think they come out double back.
You feel the same way with Surtain being out this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Denver legit. Like Denver.
He played good when Surtain was out. Either way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second half when Surtain was out, they still play good.
Yeah.
What about the Bengals and Bears? Bears at the Bengals.
The Bears is at the Bengals. I don't know. Is Flacco out?
It's looking like he's gonna play.
Joe Burrow. Flacco is in the game.
Flacco playing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I don't know, man.
I picked your Steelers, man. Come on, man. Pick the Bengals, man. Come on.
Both of these teams is trash. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is a toss-up, man. But since I got people in Chicago, I'm going with Chi-Town.
Yeah, this a tough game to pick because if whoever's able to establish the run, because none of these teams can stop the run. The first team to establish the run is going to win this game. Man, it's dang it, man. Give me the Bengals. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a day.
Yeah. All right, y'all, last one, and we can wrap up. Bills, the Chiefs traveling to the Bills.
It's a toss-up game too, man. But I like can Allen get over the hump? I don't think so, man. That offense is clicking with number 4 back for Kansas City. He is hard to tackle. He's like a running back with the ball when he get the ball. He is hard to tackle, man. I'm taking the Chiefs, man. Yeah. And I still got my bet. $50 give me $750 if they win the division.
Oh, you can book that. You can book it.
That's smelling good by the week. I I'm gonna go Kansas City too, man. I think Kareem Hunt, he been out there playing this Nintendo throwback game, Duck Hunt. Feeling good being back in Kansas City and doing what he do as well. I think this team is on the motor as of late. Team to watch. Kansas City win this one. Buffalo just struggling. Normally I go with Buffalo, but they've been up and down for me. I got Kansas City. Mahomes is hot right now.
The Bills don't look as good as they have in the last couple of years. I don't know what it is. I think really Josh Allen needs a number one wide receiver. And that defense is not as good as it used to be either. I got the Chiefs, man, with Rashee Rice coming back. What that did was unlock that offense. Now you can't put all your attention on Kelsey. Rice in the middle of the field, short area is just a monster. And then you got the deep threats they have in New England. So I got the Chiefs, man.
Yeah.
If Cook go over 100, Buffalo win though. If Cook go over 100 rushing yards, I say Buffalo will win.
That don't matter. That don't matter. They got
Cool.
When you coming back?
Hey, Pose. After you win that $750, you know, maybe you have enough money to pay me my money.
Yeah, I'll pay you. No attention.
A long time.
Man.
All right, y'all. Well, good stream, man. We'll be back again. My man, FanDuel Zaya and SEC Sean is going to do their pre-recording, so you'll get to see their 12-team playoff prediction coming up later on today, or they might drop tomorrow. And then also we'll be back on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. So just stay tuned. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you hit that like button so you know every time we go on live. I'll catch y'all later, man. Enjoy today's Sunday action in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Oh, so we're going to have to get together and talk about the game after.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace. Go
Y'all
Steelers.
too, man. All right.
So who